Hello and welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture what we want to do is that we want to go ahead and retrieve an image from the database and go ahead and display it into the card view. So in order to do that, you need to go ahead and open up your web browser and you need to search for Picasso. Now we are not talking about the artist over here. Instead what we want to do is that we want to go ahead and search for the GitHub link, which is square.github.io/Picasso. So it's actually an open source, you could say, library which allows us to go ahead and select an image or retrieve an image from our database. So if you go to Picasso over here, if you scroll down a little bit, as you could see, it's having a dependency right over here. So what you need to do is that you need to go ahead and copy this dependency and you want to paste it to your Gradle file. So if you want to read the documentation and the code, you could go ahead and feel free to do so. So you could just minimize this for now and go to the Gradle file and paste the Picasso dependency over here. So once this thing is pasted, you could click sync now. So once the dependency is added, what we need to do is that we need to go to the main activity file, and right below the set description method in this particular class, what you could do is that you could go ahead and create the set image method as well. So that's going to be public void set image, that's going to be string image, and also we are going to pass in the context. So type in context and let's pass in the context as ctx. And once we have this thing, what we do is that we basically go ahead and get a reference to the image view first. So we will type in image view, and that's going to be, let's say, post image equals, and this is going to be typecasted to image view, and that's going to be item view dot find view by id r.id dot post image. So once this thing is done, we are good to go. Now the final thing which you need to do is that you need to use Picasso. So Picasso dot width, and you need to set up the context. So we'll type in ctx over here. Then we are going to use the load method. So load, and we basically want to load this image which is going to be passed over here. So that's going to be image, and then finally dot into, and we actually want to load this image into the post image view. So to this Picasso, what you need to pass in is that you need to pass in the context, and then you need to pass in the image which you want to load. Then you want to pass in where you actually want to post or load that particular image. So once you have set the set image method, the next thing which you need to do is that you also need to set up the image in here over the populate view holder method. So we'll type in view holder dot set image, and you do need to pass in the context as well as image over here. So we'll type in get application context, and then what we'll do is that we'll type in model dot get image. So once this thing is done, we are basically good to go. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to start running this application, and I'm going to record my screen so that you will be able to see how this app actually works. So let me just save the code, run the app, and let me just record my screen as well. So as you could see, the application is up and running on the screen, and till now we don't have anything over here, and hopefully it should load up. So right now we have the card view with name and description, but there is no image, because what happens is that it sometimes takes a while for the image to load up depending upon your internet speed. So what some applications actually do is that they basically go ahead and they compress an image to the minimal possible size so that the images are actually loaded up quite fast, quite quickly. So right now we have not applied any compression algorithm on the image, so it's going to take a while for the image to show up over here. Okay, so as you could see, now we have a nice looking image over here, but as you could see, the size does not quite match up over here, so we are going to fix that as well. So as you could see, now we have the image, the title, and the description as well. So we are successful in creating the recycler view. So I'm going to stop recording my application over here. So that's it for this lecture, and I hope you guys were able to understand in this section how to basically go ahead and create your very own recycler view. So in the next lecture onwards, what we are going to do is that we are going to learn how we could go ahead and sign up the user for our application. So we are going to learn about signing up the user, logging in the user, and how to log out a user. And also we are going to learn a lot of complex things which goes into building a real world application. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.